Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism, narcissistic relationships, narcissistic people, toxic relationships. Pick your corner. But my hope is what you learn on this channel helps you navigate these relationships, put up better boundaries, heal from them, or even avoid them in the first place. If you do want more information on healing, as much as we might skirt that issue and talk about that issue here on YouTube, to go deeper, if you want to go to the video notes and hit that link, we do have a formal, sort of more formalized healing program. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe. Welcome to this great community. And if you ended up liking this video, you can toss me a little validation. I don't ask for much and I can really run on fumes, but a little bit goes a long way with me. So I'm going to put, this is not a proverb. What I'm about to say is going to sound proverby, but it's not because it's not a thing. I'm making it up for this one point, which I think really applies to narcissistic relationships, which is too much, too late. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the old saying of too little, too late. But an issue that often comes up in narcissistic relationships is too much, too late. And in some ways, that feels even worse. And it also relates to a bigger philosophical and uncomfortable point. Does everyone have a price? I don't mean a monetary price, but I mean a psychological price. And that psychological price is often related to what we've always hoped for, right? The narrative we want, our experience to work through our old wounds, our unrealistic desires and hopes for the relationship. The only safe path in a narcissistic relationship is to recognize that ultimately there is no price that would win you back, that you remain steadfast or either get out or stop maintaining false hope. But that idea that everyone has a price is how you get into this too much, too late situation. The game playing of a narcissistic relationship, love bombing, devalue, discard, hoover, means that there's a lot of toing and froing. And that not only happens over the course of the relationship, but also in the day-to-day. Some days are good in these relationships and they keep you on the hook, while other days and moments are wretched and leave you questioning what you are doing. And just as you get your resolve to disengage or step away, bam, in steps another good enough day. The research is clear. Narcissistic relationships get worse over time, and relationship satisfaction plummets over time and pretty precipitously. These relationships are riddled with regret, right? However, in every narcissistic relationship, and it doesn't matter which kind, with a partner, with a parent, with another family member, or even in the workplace, this toxic dance takes place in a variety of ways until you really bottom out. Then comes the day of the too much. Big future fake promises. See, I finally called the therapist and I have an appointment. Or we're going on a big vacation and working on us. Or I've thrown away all the bottles. I'm going to stop drinking. Or I'm going to pay for this or do that. The thing you have hoped for, the thing you wished for and would have given anything for is now showing up in the relationship. One day that thing you wanted shows up, maybe in the form of a promise. And let me tell you, that's a tough day. Because while you know radical acceptance and all that, it won't last and it's insincere and it's being simply done to maintain dominance and control and to keep your supply, they play the big card, the too much, the thing you always wanted. It really can feel like the too much. Maybe they offer to do something outlandish, like renew vows on a tropical island that's on your bucket list, whatever the hell is the thing that you hope for. And this can even play into our childhood fantasies, that the narcissistic parent would finally change and get it and be present or stop being cruel. It's a fantasy. As a child, we can understand the helplessness, for a child, I should say, that fuels that fantasy. But as adults, we need to recognize that this is not going to happen. Falling for the promise, falling for the too much, is like Charlie Brown falling for Lucy's football over and over again. And this too late love bombing, too much should it be, as it were, can be extremely unsettling. It's where we future fake ourselves. Oh, this is what I always wanted. For a minute, you may even enjoy the sense of power you now feel in the relationship. For whatever their reasons are, they do not want to lose you. So they will offer up everything you want. And if you don't grab the deal right away, they may even sweeten the pot and keep offering more and more things that you want. Don't get too drunk on your power. It's a game. They're trying to figure out what your psychological price is. And if they find out there is one, having that information gives them even more power in the relationship. The too much, too late is an absolutely dangerous juncture in the relationship, because it's when you actually have really gotten to a point of being done and you see it clearly, and yet possibly there's still one more string that can be pulled, and maybe a really big string. Many people do fall for it, but if you have fallen for heavy-handed hoovering in the past, you know exactly where it ends up. You will be back at discard before you can say gaslight. Everything is a negotiation and a transaction for a narcissistic person. They aren't offering you all you ever wanted because it is out of empathy or because they're finally seeing you. The awful part is that they were hearing you all these years and they kept ignoring your pleas, but they were hearing you because now they're turning it into collateral, into currency they can use to suck you back in. Most people don't see it that way. Most of us want to see all the stuff they're giving us through the lens of a child. It's like dutifully writing Santa Claus letters every year, and then one day the damn bicycle shows up under the tree. It's the magical thinking, the hope that we were really heard, rather than seeing it as like, oh, it's just a convenient year for your folks to get you a bike. If the too much, too late hoovering is transformed into something magical in our minds, then there is the risk of one more getting sucked back, which means more time wasted, more damage done, more self-blame. Each subsequent hoover, especially if they level up the hoovering, is too much, too late. In most cases of hoovering, frankly, the attempts tend to get more and more weak. But if you really do put your foot down and really try and set a boundary and don't fall for it and really seem solid, they may keep sweetening the pot and making it harder and harder to say no. But ask yourself, how many times does your trust need to be breached and betrayed for you to finally see it and stop future faking yourself? I've seen people go back 10 times, 20 times, but everyone has a breaking point. For some people, it hasn't come yet. For some folks, it never comes. The too much, too late model is one of the hardest to walk away from. But there will come a point of too many betrayals, of too many moved goalposts, of too many gaslights, of too many broken promises, when you finally recognize that no matter how much is promised or offered, you will walk away with just the shirt on your back and the pride in your soul. It's knowing that all roads lead to invalidation. And my heart breaks when I hear the stories of people not getting to this point before they die. Please don't let that happen. And remember, walking away doesn't always mean literally leaving. It may simply mean that you no longer play their game. You disengage. You know you are being gaslighted. You do not wait for change. You do your best to build a life outside of this relationship that you cannot leave. I know that this relationship will still take a toll on you. Being in the presence of a toxic person always makes us sick over time. Too much, too late. Do not fall for it. Keep in mind, it is too late. And recognize that whatever goodies that they dangle in front of you, it's all an illusion. Good luck getting there. It's hard to do. But once you lay that boundary on your terms, hard as it may be to walk away, it is liberating. And it may literally add years to your life. Life ain't a game of let's make a deal and stop waiting for Monty Hall. At some point, if you keep waiting and waiting for the deal to get sweetened and you go back again, you're just leveling up the odds on a game that's already taking a toll on you. Thanks again.